Yo, welcome to this crypto episode. Russia is passing crypto bills, well, at least through the first parliamentary stage. So the first stage, it passed very easily. It's a new update. Came out a little bit earlier this morning, so I'm just going to read it real quick because it's kind of short and it's got a lot of interesting things that I kind of pick and talk about. So first off, if you live in the United States with me, we're moving too slow on this stuff, guys. We got to move faster. It's just the only way. There's other countries that are accepting the fact that they can't turn this stuff off. They can't shut it down. It's going to grow in popularity. It's going to rise in price, which is going to be attractive to just the person walking down the street hearing about it. And these other countries have kind of picking this up and ran with it. Russia being the first one, big country to do it. I mean, China shutting down crypto trading and all that stuff. That just gives the wealthy Chinese crypto, so it just kind of falls in line with the way that their private sector and government is all tied within the same entity, basically, is how Chinese companies work. I mean, Chinese companies are basically so tight with the Chinese government, from how they issue stock to how they issue debt, the whole nine. So Russia's jumping in too. They're not waiting. We're moving way too slow here in the United States. Like, this is going to be probably why we lose this race. And other countries will probably, the United States is a new country, so there's no telling how this system they have set up long term will work. So yeah, Russia Legislative Assembly passed the blockchain bill in the first reading. So they know they've already had their computer scientists and software engineers and everybody that's into this stuff sit down and say, hey, if we don't adopt this stuff, we're going to be behind. And Russia's also working with Iran to launch a gold-backed stable coin. So CZ was talking about this the other day, that they're going to take away the U.S. dollar as their stable coin, basically. So he's kind of hinting, kind of telling the U.S. like, hey, if you guys don't lighten up on regulation and get with the program here, we're going to move on without you, and we don't really care what you think, because they don't need us. They don't need the U.S. to make this stuff run the world. So Russia's also working with Iran to launch a gold-backed stablecoin. I mean, this is exactly in line with what CZ was talking about yesterday. With depegging stablecoins to the dollar, and he was talking about putting it first-handedly, the Japanese yen, the Russian ruble. I mean, we don't need it to be the dollar, is what he's saying. So if you guys keep trying to start stuff with us, we're just going to move with somebody else, and you guys can be left in the dust and eat your own shit, basically. So the bill allowed the utilization of blockchain technology for financial marketplaces has been passed. The first reading in Russia's Legislative Assembly. So like I said, they passed it the first run. As blockchain technology goes through a worldwide adoption phase, Russia joins the list of countries using it to its full potential. According to a Thursday Interfax article, Russia's State Duma passed a blockchain bill in the first reading. So I mean, it's kind of repeating itself, but it's big news, guys, because we got the war going on over there. We have their credit card SWIFT system, I believe, has gone back to their in-house system based on whatever that bank they use is, that whatever the main bank is over there. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but they're not even using like the Visa MasterCard system. Like, they were going to phase that out. I think they're able to still use it over there, but like worldwide they can't, so it's kind of defeats the purpose. So it seems like Russia's kind of going in this direction of like crypto, like pro-crypto, which would be quite scary for the United States if you live here with me, because it's like, why are we taking so long to adopt this stuff? Russian Assembly gives the green signal. The members submitted bill, blah, 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 in the State Duma. which is kind of like their bill passing parliament in October 22. So letting the financial marketplace participants combine their operations with blockchain platforms. So they're basically, and just sidestepping here real quick, they just had a Senate committee meeting, or I forget who was the Treasury or whatever was having a meeting recently, and they were really, there was a couple people in that meeting that were, and you can look this up on YouTube, they were discussing how they did not want crypto entering the financial systems, the commercial banks and stuff like that here in the United States. Now, what does this mean? Well, this means Russia's sitting here saying, like, yeah, we're moving this in the direction of just that. We are letting crypto into our financial system, that kind of thing. So members passed the bill in the first reading. It's the fourth time I said it. So the financial marketplace came into existence in 2020, allows citizens to purchase various financial products on a 24/7 basis, which is something we don't even have access to in the United States. Regulatory bodies did not allow participants to combine their operations with blockchain technology earlier, but the bill will legalize the use of blockchain once it becomes law. So the bill reads, the innovation will facilitate the establishment of new business models on the financial market based on the digital transformation of financial services. Russia is also reportedly working with Iran to develop a gold-backed stablecoin called Token of the Persian Gulf. Interesting. I mean, we already kind of have this already with, there's a couple tokens that track the spot price of gold, or that trade against the spot price of gold. November 22, the State Duma member said they were working on launching a national cryptocurrency exchange. The government believes it's missing out on billions of rubles in tax revenue, which it of course is. If they peg that to a stable coin, or even one of these gold-backed coins that they're supporting. And also, just on a side note, Russia is opening at the first of this year, I believe, March or May, I can't remember. A Russian-backed in Serbia is opening it's Russian funded, but I believe it's opening in Serbia. It's going to be like a massive mining operation. So it's all over the news too. You can check it out. Got something to say about Russian blockchain bill or anything else? Write us. So yeah, I mean, this is just a sum up article. I read another article earlier, but I felt like this one was kind of more direct and to the point, and didn't really go into all of the leading events up till this. They just kind of said, hey, this is where it's at, and it seems like Russia is doing the exact opposite as of right now what the United States is doing with crypto. They're pushing it into their financial system, like into their banking system, into their financial instruments and marketplaces and that kind of thing. And it seems like the United States is basically just like still trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do, because they probably have people on the inside that we don't hear about saying, hey, we have to allow this to happen, or we're going to lose our position as a superpower. But you also have the flip side of these old archaic people that are trying to use this old system of doing things and saying, well, no, we don't want it in this because it's going to mess up our party that we got going on, fucking the common man of just basically money printing. So I'd like to see Russia, regardless of the war going on in Ukraine and all that, has nothing to do with that. I'm not for pro-war, but I would like to see Russia let this stuff into their financial system. See what happens. And I think if the countries that do allow crypto into their financial system will prosper, and the ones that choose to sit on the sidelines will be thousands of steps behind, rather than just go ahead and just accept the fact that it's going to be inevitably what happens with the majority of the world anyways. So the US can sit here and try to act like it's not going to happen, and try to put the fork in the road so many times, but we're going to end up eating our own bullet. So I think Russia is definitely pro crypto. China is definitely pro crypto, regardless of the fact that the common Chinese citizen can't trade crypto. They can still technically own crypto because there's nothing the Chinese government can do about that. But the whole way that, and I'll repeat this again, the whole way that China business and commerce is set up, just in general, it's so closely in tied and in line with the government, all the way up, like I said, from the way they issue stocks to the way that their CEOs get paid, to their taxing, to their tax brackets, and all the way their taxes and things work like that, to the way they issue debt and acquire loans and all that stuff. That only allows the elite Chinese, which is, a lot of people, actually, believe it or not, anybody from judges, China is like, if you're like a judge or you're like a politician, you are not only a crook, but you're also very, very rich. I mean, it's known, and this is the whole reason and if you ask Chinese people, and you don't have to Google this on the news. If you ask Chinese people that were around for their financial crisis in 2009, when we were experiencing our adjustable mortgage rate crisis here in the real estate market in the United States, you will hear Chinese people say that they were the reason that crash happened there was not because of the central banks fucking up. It was because that the corruption that was going on among politicians, and that's what they used as the narrative of crashing their markets. So it's all a bunch of BS. What will in reality I think will happen is Russia will move to allow this stuff into their financial system. It will be, really, really bad if the United States waits. I think other countries will fall in line with this, and you see superpowers that have already kind of entered this. So, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that, it's going to be all bad in the United States, but hopefully we'll jump on board too, because if we don't, we're going to be kind of left behind. So that's what this video is. It's, Russia embracing blockchain, that kind of thing. And if you got any comments or questions, just throw it in the comments section, and appreciate you guys watching the video. Have a great day.